All right, check this out. So we just got this RPM carbon intake. We went with the paper filter. This is better if you're gonna ride in sandy conditions. So the cool thing about RPM is they have a hole saw. So you're gonna need to make the hole bigger so the intake fits in there. You can either buy it from RPM themselves or you can buy it from Milwaukee or whatever it is. The size is 4 1/4, 108 millimeters. You're gonna need your own bit. It's a 3/8 shank, and that's just gonna screw into here. So you're gonna get just a hole saw, so you're gonna need your own shank. So what comes in the box, you're gonna get your foam. Intake is gonna sit right here, and you still need to use this. That way there's still filtration going to your clutches. You get your cover for your filter, and then you're gonna get the intake itself, carbon fiber. You're gonna get your hose clamp for the stock turbo. This is gonna be the little jig that you're gonna drill out with the hole saw. All right, so your intake is gonna sit right here. So all we're gonna do is pop this off. You're just gonna pull up, slide it out. Now you're gonna wanna remove this section right here. So there's a clip right here. You just pull up on it and it comes off. We're gonna disconnect all of this because we're not gonna use a stock airbox no more. So we're gonna get rid of it. All right, so we went ahead and took off the one that goes to the filter. We're gonna disconnect everything, all the lines, even this one. So when you pull it out, you don't rip off the lines. All right, so we're gonna take off this airbox because we're not gonna use it no more. I'm gonna take off these 2 clamps right here. So I basically gutted everything out. I took off the filter, I took off the cover, put the seat forward, and you got 2 bolts right here. So you got one there and you got one up there. All right, so I was gonna take off that bracket for the intake, but I feel like it's gonna be easier to take this off. 1 18mm bolt right here. You just jack it up until this bolt starts to move. We're gonna go up, put some pressure on it, and then there you go. Just slide it out of the way. All right, so this right here, we just took it off. This is the old intake boot. We took it off, so you're not gonna need that no more. And then inside of the RPM, they give you this little jig like I was telling you guys. This notch is gonna line up with that notch there. Before we do anything, I already went ahead and covered, as you can see right there, the intake vents. I covered them up with paper. There's nothing else that's gonna get in the way, so you can just leave it on the car and drill it out here. All right, so this is what I was talking about. Make sure you cover these up because you are gonna get debris in there. You're gonna get this O-ring seal. As you can see, one side is tapered down. That's the side you're gonna wanna insert here. Once it's in there, you can go ahead and install your intake tube. All right, don't forget about your hose. Make sure it's clamped back in. All right, we're gonna run the outer wire from RPM. We're gonna get our foam piece right here. This is gonna act as a filter for our clutches. So we're gonna put this back in. All right, so the cool thing about this, you can either leave it like that or you can run your stock cover back on. So you just put it the same way and it goes straight over. Last step is going to be just reconnect everything, take off all the covers. All right, we got everything complete. As you can see, intake right there, everything now connected. You can kind of see the intake, and you can either leave that off or leave it on, whichever you want, but that's pretty much the finished installation. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.